Welcome to STORYVD. It was an unusual case of plagiarism in the academic world. A student had submitted a dissertation that was almost 90% similar to one written 5 years earlier by another student. How did he manage it? And what happened next is genius. The professor had been teaching literature for many years. It wasn't just a job for him. He loved his work. He was extremely passionate about what he taught. His favorite thing to do was seeing his students grow throughout the course and develop a passion for literature themselves. Even now, his favorite part of the job was reading through the dissertations his students wrote, because that's when they really got to show what they had learned. But unfortunately, not every student was willing to put in the work. Some of them were only focused on passing the course so they could move on with their lives. Others didn't have anyone in their family who went to university before them, so they didn't know how to write an essay or a dissertation. And then there were the smart ones who cheated. In the past few years, technology made cheating easier than ever. There are websites where you can pay someone to write your essay or even get pre-written essays. Technology has also made it harder for professors to catch cheaters. The truth is, most professors aren't experts at detecting plagiarism. This makes the job of those students who cheat much easier. They simply use ChatGPT to write their essay and submit it without thinking twice. Most professors wouldn't be able to tell. This semester, however, he had a student who took things too far. His name was Evan. Ivan was a bright young man who always seemed to have the answers during class. The professor never thought anything of it. He was happy that someone was paying attention in class. But he was less happy when he saw what Ivan had submitted for the final exam. When he read through the text, he became suspicious. It sounded good, but it was too perfect. It was exactly the type of text you would expect from a student who used ChatGPT. He decided to run the text through a plagiarism checker software, but the results shocked him. The software said that 87% of the text was copied from a dissertation written 5 years ago by one of his former students. The funny thing was the other student had gotten away with it. He had submitted his dissertation and graduated before the professor even realized that it wasn't original. Now, he was dealing with the consequences. He called Ivan into his office and asked him why he had done it. Ivan tried to explain, but the professor interrupted him. "I don't want to hear any excuses. You have two options. Either you rewrite the entire dissertation or you fail the course." Ivan knew that he wouldn't be able to finish a new dissertation in time, so he asked to take the course again next year. "You think this is a joke? Do you really think you can come back next year after what you've done?" Ivan didn't respond. He understood that the professor was upset, but he thought that he deserved it. The next day, the professor posted the grade for the exam online. Everyone was curious to see what Ivan's grade was. When they saw that it said F, they were surprised, but that wasn't all. Underneath, the professor had written something. "To all my students, let this be a reminder that cheating will not go unpunished." People started discussing the post. Most of them agreed with the professor, but some of them thought it was unfair to give Ivan an F after all. He had only used ChatGPT, which is something that most students do nowadays. Besides, the professor should be grateful that he caught Ivan while he was still a student and hadn't graduated yet. If not, people might say that Ivan got away with it, which would send the message that cheating is okay. But this was the professor's decision. There was nothing anyone else could do about it. But then something unexpected happened. She was the head of the department and she wanted to talk about Ivan. She was upset that he had given Ivan such a harsh grade. "You could have failed him discreetly. Why did you make such a big deal out of it?" The professor responded, "Because I want my students to learn something. If we don't punish them for cheating, they won't take us seriously. And I think it's important to teach them that honesty is valued above all." The professor's colleague shook her head. "You're getting carried away. We're not in the business of punishing students. We're here to help them learn and grow. Unsure that Ivan didn't mean to hurt anyone, maybe we should give him another chance. The professor knew that his colleague was right. He shouldn't have given Ivan an F. He should have failed him discreetly like she suggested. Still, he couldn't help but feel disappointed. A week later, he received an email from the head of the department. Apparently, Ivan had filed a complaint against him. The university had taken his side. He would have to meet with Ivan and his parents to discuss what had happened. He was hoping that the meeting would be a good one, but he shouldn't have been so optimistic. As soon as the meeting started, Ivan's parents started yelling at him. "How dare you ruin my son's future over something so stupid? Do you know how hard it is to get into a good university? He'll never be able to find a decent job now." The professor tried to calm them down, but it was no use. They kept interrupting him. "We want you to change his grade. That's all we want." "Is that really too much to ask? You ruined our son's life." "He's been nothing but a disappointment since he was a child. And now he finally had a chance to do something with his life. And thanks to you, that chance is gone." The professor was shocked by what he heard. He couldn't believe that Ivan's parents would defend him no matter what. As the meeting dragged on, he started to feel more and more upset. He knew that he had done the right thing, but these people weren't making it easy for him. He was about to stand up and leave when Ivan and his mother said something that made him freeze in his seat. "Oh, I forgot to mention, my son isn't the only one who's going to be affected by your actions. My sister's daughter is also taking your course. If you don't change Ivan's grade, she won't get a recommendation letter from us. That means she might not be able to find a job either." He had worked hard to build a good relationship with the family, but it looked like it didn't mean anything to them. He decided to call Ivan's sister's daughter into his office. When he told her about what had happened, she broke down in tears. "But I need that recommendation letter. If I don't get it, I might not graduate on time." The professor knew that he had to do something. He couldn't let this girl suffer because of Ivan's mistake. But what could he do? He thought for a moment. "I can't change Ivan's grade, but I can give you a recommendation letter anyway. It won't be a problem." The girl started crying again. "Are you sure? Will it be all right? Just try your best to make me proud, all right?" The girl nodded. She was still crying, but she knew that the professor was right. He had taught hundreds of students over the years, but this was the first time that one of them had caused so much trouble. He had made a mistake by giving Ivan such a harsh grade. He should have failed him discreetly. But now that this had happened, there was nothing he could do about it. He had made a promise to the other girl, and he intended to keep it. If Ivan and his parents were going to complain about it, so be it. He didn't care anymore. In the end, Ivan graduated, but he didn't get the job he wanted. He ended up working in a completely different field. His parents were furious when they heard about it. They blamed the professor for everything that had happened, but he didn't care. He had done what he had to do, and that was enough for him. As for the other student, she graduated with honors and got the job of her dreams. The professor was very proud of her. He knew that she would make great things happen in the world. He often wondered what would have happened to her if he hadn't helped her. Maybe she wouldn't have been able to find a job anyway. But he liked to think that he had made a difference in her life.